Rama, Himabindu, Hima, whatever. Rama, Himabindu, are you able to see my screen? Unmute and say yes or no. Who is this person now? Okay, I need one of you to tell me whether you are able to see the screen or not, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, there was a technical snag, so there was a bit of a delay. We'll quickly wind up nevertheless. So yes, I am still Dr. Ashwini Deshpande and we're still learning medical emergency, the last of the lot. Now you need to understand the difference between what an urgency is and what an emergency is. So an urgency means it's a problem that requires prompt response. It is not immediately life-threatening, but it could become life-threatening if it is not resolved promptly. Now, for example, the things that we have learned in the past, we learned about hypoglycemia, correct? We learned about seizures. You probably have been taught about the asthmatic attacks and hyperventilation. So they are all urgent, means you can't ignore it, but it is not life-threatening. The patient cannot lose his life because of it. The next one is emergency. So it's a problem that is immediately life-threatening and requires immediate action, which means if the patient has one of these conditions, you can't wait at all. You have to immediately start acting, which means it is life-threatening. Because of your late response, the patient could lose his life. Now, the three most important things, one is a cardiac arrest, second one is anaphylaxis, and third is an obstructed airway. Okay. Now, of these three things, what do you think is today's class? Can't be cardiac arrest, can't be obstructed airway. We'll be learning about allergy and anaphylaxis. Okay. Before going into allergy and anaphylaxis proper, you need to understand what a hypersensitivity reaction is and what the types are. Okay. So a hypersensitivity reaction means it's the body's response to something foreign in any way, in any way. It could be either that the body does not think its own body is its own, which means it could be an autoimmune disease. It could mean that the body is reacting to something external, which means it could be an anaphylaxis or an allergy. Now, the first type, look here, the first type is an immediate or an anaphylactic reaction. It is mediated by the IgE cell. Okay, so mast cells are important cells for anaphylaxis, and when they all degranulate completely, that is what causes the anaphylaxis reactions. Now, examples is anaphylaxis. Now, the second type is the cytotoxic type, where you have an antibody against a membrane-bound surface antigen. Now, this, like I said, autoimmune diseases, for example, pemphigus, or if you're going to have blood transfusion reactions because the person who's transfusing the blood hasn't checked whether you're positive or negative. The third one is the immune complex type. So this again is a short note for you people. It is very often asked as an essay question. So focus, okay? So the first one is the immediate or the anaphylactic type. The second one is the cytotoxic type. And the third one is the immune complex type. Now the immune complex type simply means that you have immune complexes. You have an antigen and an antibody, and they go and deposit into different parts of the body. The classic example for this are two diseases. One is SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, rheumatoid arthritis. RA does not cause so much mortality. SLE, on the other hand, causes quite a significant amount of mortality. Mortality means death. Morbidity means disease. Okay. Now, the last one is the cell-mediated type. This is